6. Why could it not be that man and other organisms are generated from extremely simple and primitive one-celled beings? There are two problems here. The first problem: there is not a single piece of evidence that proves the transformation of one type of organism into another type, let alone such a shocking presumptive leap that man is originated from primitive one-celled beings. So, how can an atheist believe in such an assumption which lacks any type of direct proof, and blame us for using religious intellectual inference? Second problem: according to the minimum gene set concept, it is not possible for any organism, no matter how simple it is, to be below 200 genes. The minimum set of genes is the least number of genes by which an organism can live. That is, if this minimum set misses only one gene, then the organism would not be able to live. A gene is a tape of information that contains a large number of genetic codes that encrypt information. There is a minimum number of genes that are essential for an organism to live. Some genes are encrypted for energy. Actually, an organism cannot live without energy. While other genes are encrypted for nutrition, others for reproduction, others for the basic functions of life, and so on. Scientists have calculated the minimum number of genes that are essential for life and decided that they cannot be less than 200. Craig Venter Institute concluded that the minimum number of genes cannot be less than 380.2 genes. One scientist found out that mycoplasma, which is the tiniest organism on Earth, has 468 genes. If the whole issue is about matter, and the world is just a physical system, then we need to start from the zero gene, if we want to go from hydrogen to man. However, science tells us that there is nothing called the zero gene, one gene, or even 100 genes. Rather, science says, we need a gigantic set of information at minimum range, otherwise the living organism would not have appeared in the first place. In nature, there is nothing primitive, but every system began with independent glamour. The glamour in the information system, which encrypts the beings before they appear, will always remain a stumbling block in facing atheism, and for those who deny the divine creation. You have 4 billion specialized pieces of information. The information within the nucleus of each one of your cells, to produce accurate biological functions. The atheist used to speculate that there were living beings that started from the zero gene, but the theory of minimal genes came and eliminated this fantasy. In fact, organisms appeared functionally complex from the very first moment, otherwise, they would not have appeared in the first place.